Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sakura Spirit. Last time, well, we were in the middle of a festival when it got crashed by 4 very terribly voiced slime monsters, for lack of a better term. Let's dive right on into what I assume is gotta be getting close to the conclusion here.
Do you really think we would fall for the same trick?
Ha! Sisters, we should show them why we are undefeated. As the sisters darted towards us, Mako unleashed her first spell. The glowing light billowed up from her hands and shot forwards. The spell struck the yellow girl head on, but it seemed to have no effect. As they got closer, Sakura shifted to the front, and the twin blades of Narumi and Mio struck, slicing through her body without any effort. I managed to duck as a large ball of pink slime shot past me. As soon as I was back on my feet, I barged into one of the other slime girls. Surprisingly enough, she turned out to have quite a lot of mass. Ha! Magic can't hurt Tsuyuki. Physical attacks can't hurt me. We are completely undefeatable. Surrender your village to us and we might just let you keep living here, as our toys. This is bad. Not yet. Mako, use the other spell, now! The girl nodded and began to cast her spell, stepping in front of Machiko, who seemed to be preparing something of her own, staff in hand. I found it a bit strange. I didn't recall seeing any staff lying around. She usually did not carry it with her. But, for whatever reason, she had access to it now. Because plot.
But it won't work. It'll just...
Trust me, Mako. I wouldn't ask you to do something like this if I wasn't sure it wouldn't work. As Sakura kept the 2 female guards busy, the other 2 slime girls began taunting us, throwing discarded fruit in our direction. Ha! I leapt towards the yellow... I don't see a yellow one. I'm sorry. Do you mean green? Because I see a green one. Unless there's more. I leapt towards the yellow slime girl, slamming into her at full speed, and managed to knock her over. The girl let out a surprised yelp, and watched in horror as Mako's spell soared past her, hitting Sakura on the back. A high-pitched scream escaped from the pink slime girl.
That hurts!
How did you do that, Taka?
Yeah, how'd you push her over? Our blades won't even make a scratch.
Remember what she said? She's the only one immune to physical attacks. The others can be hit and cut just fine. And that is absolutely perfect for what I have here. A special present from the guardian of the shrine herself. Taka, Naru, Mio, hold them tight. Working as one, we nodded and charged towards the remaining slime girls. Mako had Sakura in the grasp of her spell, and the pink girl could barely move thanks to her power. The slime girls had clearly not been expecting us to fight back, and with barely any resistance, we soon had each girl restrained. I hope you girls aren't too claustrophobic. This is gonna get a little tight. One by one, Machiko brought each slime girl a glass jar, and one by one, she opened them, pressing them into the girls' stomachs. The jars seemed to pull at them, slowly drawing them inside the container, trapping what appeared to be a tiny version of each girl within the jar. Machiko quickly pushed the lids back onto the jar, displaying them proudly for the cheers of nearby villagers. Oh shit, just caught him in, oh, what was that spell called that, Master Roshi used on, Evil Containment Wave. There we go. Straight up Evil Containment Wave. Thank goodness you were around, Machiko. And you, Mako. You have our gratitude.
No, my sisters, what have you done to them? Why are you so intent on ruining all our fun?
Sakura, take a moment to look around you. Look at the destruction, the damage. How could this possibly be fun? Terrorizing people, scaring them, and destroying what they've worked hard for. How would you feel if they came to your home, stole your food, and wrecked your place?
I never really thought about it like that. We just wanted to play with the humans like you do.
As Mako collapsed, the spell seemed to disperse. Thankfully, I had been anticipating this, and caught her in my arms with ease. The 3 of us looked to Sakura, who was slowly getting to her feet. And you can. You and your sisters can play with us. We just ask that you are careful. Mako and I are proof that humans and spirits can coexist.
But what about my sisters?
They will be fine. These jars contain a temporary holding dimension, so Yuri designed them to hold things far larger than your sisters. Like my ego? Said Takahiro. Sakura, if you are truly repentant, then I, as head of the village guard, authorize your release. However, before I do, I need you to swear an oath. Do you swear that you and your sisters will not cause problems in this village, and that you will work towards helping us and protect us? In return, we are prepared to offer you access to our supplies and services. What supplies? Oh, maybe the sake. She's basically saying you're welcome in the village as long as you and your sisters behave.
Yes, I swear, we'll be good. So please release my sisters. I promise we will all be good.
Oh, I had to read ahead there because I wasn't sure whose voice.
Ah, I missed the best part. How'd it go, Machi? Are my jam bottles filled?
Hearing the voice of a certain playful spirit, the group turned around and found Sayuri seated nearby, swaying her legs back and forth as she looked at the crowd. I cannot tell whether you are joking or not, but I'm afraid I cannot allow you to keep them. They are honorary citizens of this village, and therefore under my protection. How fascinating to think that the huffy, uptight Mio would defend those troublemakers. You do realize you are talking to the guardian deity of your village, do you not? No, she does not. Don't forget about me. I'm not going to just sit by and let you do as you please. The girls of this village have grown into quite the brave little ladies. You must be proud, Haya. A soft cough came from behind the group of people as the village elder revealed himself, a smile on his lips. It seems like they handled the matter just fine, Sayuri. Machi, you need to pull the lid off of the jars to release them. However, make sure to hold on to the staff I gave you. It is your only means of channeling the necessary magic. Not everyone can be a prodigy like Mako. The older fox spirit nodded. With the help of Narumi, they began to free the captured slime girls. While the work continued, Sayuri eventually made her way towards me, a frown upon her face. I left out an important detail, Takahiro. The gateway to your world has been opened, and will be closing again within a matter of minutes. If you wish to return to your world, you must leave now. But there's no time for farewells, Takahiro. Leave now, without your farewells, or remain here, in this village. Hey, where'd Taka run off to? And Sayuri? I do not know. Perhaps they had things to discuss in private? Or maybe he's gone off to win me another prize? Or went to get some food? I'm still a bit peckish. Really, after that chocolate banana, you're still hungry? The thing was probably loaded with calories there, fatty. Recalling the promise I had made, I turned my back to the girls that had gathered around the released slime girls and followed Sayuri as she picked her way through the streets into the woods. It was unfortunate that I didn't get to say my farewells, but I had a goal to accomplish. It is a hard decision to make. However, I doubt this will be the last we hear from you, Takahiro. The spirit smiled, her hand pressed against my shoulder, a light shove pushing me backwards. What was that for? Interrupted by sudden dizziness, the last thing I heard was the spirit's amused whisper. Good luck. You're gonna need it. Before I had the chance to reply, I felt my body getting heavy. My vision blurred, and soon I was consumed entirely by darkness. Oh wow, 2 months later. There you go, straight Morse code. With a sigh, I wandered along the familiar path leading to the shrine I subconsciously had come to call Tsuyuri's Shrine. 2 months had passed since the fated judo tournament. It had turned out to be an amazing experience. Thanks to Narumi and Mio's training, I'd been able to make my way to the finals and ended up becoming the champion. But not everything went as planned. Even though I was kind of embarrassed by it all, I declined the proposal for me to start playing on an international level. When I announced that the reason I declined was because of a girl, it quickly made headlines all over the country. Rising judo star ends career for sake of true love. Aww. That was a fuck up, Takahiro. Many silly things ended up being written about me, but it didn't matter. I had declined their offer because of the promise I had made to Mako, that I would return once I had finished my business in this world. But perhaps I had been too naive, thinking it would have been as easy as that. I had been visiting the shrine every day for 2 months, praying and calling out for Tsuyuri, but none were ever answered. Knowing her, she's probably laughing her rear off at me, standing here shouting like this. I smiled a bit as I looked around the area, recalling how familiar it looked to the place I had visited with the fox spirits. Speaking of which, although nothing remained of the village, it turned out that there may have been a connection between it and the city of my world. Many generations ago, when the city was a small town, a group of malicious fiends attacked the village, but were later driven out. Sometime afterwards, they named this city Tsukino Toshi, a city named after a certain tsundere. It couldn't be a coincidence, could it? Oh well, I guess I'll visit tomorrow. Aka. Through the rustling of the leaves, I thought I heard a voice. The moment I turned around to look, a circle of unfamiliar symbols formed at my feet. Wait, what happened to the old methods? Before I had a chance to figure out what was going on, the circle lit up, and I felt the ground below me disappear. I'm gonna take a sip of coffee because I'm choking on words left, right, and center. It felt as though I was falling through a tunnel of sorts, a dark, never-ending tunnel that went on and on for what felt like several minutes, until suddenly a light came into view, and... Watch out! Before I knew it, I felt myself dropping out of the air right on top of 2 girls standing below me, causing the 3 of us to topple onto the grass with a loud thud. I heard grumbling from the 2 I had landed on, and opened my eyes. Ow, that really hurt. See, this is what happens when you try and cast magic beyond your own capabilities. Mako, you need to give up on this. This hunt of yours is going to be the death of you. I'm not going to give up. Taka made a promise. I made a promise. We would keep trying to find a way to get back to one another. So I'm never, ever, ever going to stop. I couldn't believe it. I was so stunned by the turn of events that I had lost the ability to speak. Machiko, Mako. It was them, here, arguing with one another. It was too good to be true. You are a fool, Mako. Even Mio had given up on the hunt. You know what Tsuyuri said? Something like that can only happen when the world itself needs it to. It takes more than just one person to do what you are trying to accomplish. Tsu only said that because she's mean and lazy. She's lying. You're all lying. I can get him back. I will. We made a promise. Mako, I miss him too. I do. Are they not aware of the fact that somebody just fell onto them? Or was like the thud like confusing? Or it must have happened a couple of times for them to not pay much attention. He left a hole in all of our hearts, which you will just have to let time heal. I'm sorry that you have to go through all this, but you must believe me, it will get better in time. It's kind of cruel to talk about me like I died, you know. Taka? Ah, Taka, it worked. I knew it would work. It worked, it worked, it worked. Taka, it's so good to see you. I'm so happy to... The girl mumbled incoherently. Oh, I even pulled that off nicely. As she began sobbing. Mako had been sobbing since the first she saw me. I smiled, despite being rather sore from the impact, and patted both of their heads gently. Did you really miss me that much? Yes! Your disappearance was the cause of so much concern. So Yuri told us you had to leave, and, well, we understand why you did. Did you win your tournament? Of course I did. Thanks to you, I was able to become the champion. I think it fell down over here, Mio. I think I see Chi and... Hey! Chi-chan! Is everything alright over there? Machiko opened her mouth to return the call, but Mako beat her to it. He's back! What? No kidding! Where is he? There came a loud clamoring and rustling from the shrubs nearby, the sound of 2 girls pushing against the bushes at full speed. The 2 girls rushed into the clearing, gasping loudly. Oh, wow, you really are back. Narumi is so calm about this, no caps or anything. Idiot! Idiot, idiot, idiot! How could you just leave us without even saying goodbye? Mio, he didn't have a choice. He had to. Yeah, Mio's freaking out. Narumi seems to be the most chill about it. I know that, but just never got to say goodbye. Is that all? Oh, jeez, you are such a tsundere. Well, at least I'm not. I don't even care. Takahiro is back. Great to see you again, Takahiro. I bet you're a champion now, huh? Ready? Ready for a fight? And so it went on. The girls chatted on and on, taking turns hugging me with the promises of never letting go. I was just so happy to be back. As the conversation turned towards the time spent in my own world, I couldn't help but notice the presence of yet another spirit. Standing a few feet from the rest of the group, Tsuyuri stood, watching us with a gentle smile on her lips. I guess I won this bet. I wasn't sure if she was talking to someone in particular, but for a moment, I could see her gaze drifting towards me, and the words that left her lips seemingly carried a lot more importance than simple words. Seems you aren't done with your grand adventure just yet, Takahiro. I look forward to seeing how you plan to amuse me this time. What do you mean? You will see, my dear boy. You will see. Hey, look at that! Well, thank you for being red, Miss Sakura Spirit. Well, that was, I've read this one through once before. The other ones in the series, the other Sakura ones, I have not read. I don't even know what they're about, to be perfectly honest, but I have them lined up for the coming up read-throughs, so this will be interesting. See how this plays out. Now, I do know there is one other thing. Every great story has a humble beginning. Although Gushiken Takahiro's story has come to an end, it is only the prologue of what has yet to come. Thank you, game, if you would. We hope to see you again next time. Oh, you will, Mr. and Mrs. Author. You will. Now, the only other thing to show off here is, of course, the gallery. We have got a nice little collection here of pictures here and there. You'll see that there is, let's see, does this lock? Yeah. There's a couple of locked pictures. Basically, 1, 2, and 3, those come from actually having done the other choice. So you'd have to read through again to actually pull that off. But it is not something that we will be doing. No, unfortunately not. Because we are going to move on to a brand new story. Next time, I got to figure out what's coming up. But another Sakura one read through coming up. Till next time, guys. Later.